Spoiler alert. That's a good beer.
Oh,
yeah. All right. As I said before, this is a spoiler alert because we are talking about Magic. The new deck that's coming out. What was the deck called again?
It's called Fate Reforged.
Fate Reforged. It sounds super fucking metal. All right, so
I was reading some of the what's it called? The lore. It's pretty tight.
Oh, there's lore to it.
Oh yeah, of course. There's lore to each set.
Don't tell us about the lore because I want to know.
So the lore. So the previous set, the beginning of the block.
The cons of Tarkin.
Tarkir. So that's set future to this new set. So that's like it's like a wasteland. All the dragons are dead, and then the cons rule the world.
Okay, well, while we're on the dragons,
so then Fate Reforged, it goes back in time and it respins time so that the cons are dead instead of the dragons.
That's cool.
And then the dragons of Cartier is the next set.
Well, speaking of dragons, I got one right here. This is one I got actually 3 on the pre-release last Friday. What date was that? The 17th, the 18th, 17th, 18th. This is one of them right there. I don't know if you can see it too well. Noxious Dragon, bitch. These dragons are a pain in the ass to deal with. I actually had 3, and when we were playing that night, I was able to actually get 2 out of the 3 on the field.
Yeah.
It's a bitch because they're flying.
Read
okay, this one is 4 mana and 2 swamp. This one is a 4/4, is a silver. Flying, when Noxious Dragon dies, I can destroy a creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Oh, no, I can destroy a creature with converted mana cost 3 or less against the opponent. And this is one of them. I mean, fucking some of the other dragons were fucking crazy. Yeah. So one of them, I think when it died, I gained like 4 life or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. But this one was actually a pretty cool one. And the artwork, of course, is fucking fantastic.
I got one that was pretty tight. It was a 4/4, and then as it attacked, you couldn't do any... you couldn't cast any spells during the attack phase.
No instances, no nothing.
No nothing. So you couldn't prevent any damage out during the turn. Nothing.
Fuck.
Like that. I fucked over some people at the pre-release.
Oh yeah.
Pretty tight.
The bummer about the pre-release. Okay, so the reason why this video is coming out so late, I actually wanted this to come out by Sunday, just this last Sunday. It is Wednesday now, the 21st. Work has been crazy. I've been working really late.
Same here.
So yeah, so that was a bummer. Last week, for the pre-release, originally I was supposed to have Saturday off, but then they got rid of a guy, so they moved my day off to Friday. Cool, because I thought, it was his Friday night magic hours, 7:30. Wasn't it? Germ here called me around 3:30 saying, "Guess what? Pre-release thing doesn't happen until midnight," and I had to go into work the next day at 7:30. I had to wake up at 6:30. After getting home at 2:30.
Ouch.
Yeah, but it was worth it. Some of these cards. One of the most interesting things that they did, included into this new deck, is Manifest.
Oh, Manifest! I love it.
Manifest.
That's my new favorite thing. Right?
If you don't know what Manifest is, Germ, you know a little bit better.
This is what it's all about, right there.
Yeah, this
wild call.
This card is Beast for Manifest.
So Manifest, basically, it's cards that tell you could take the top card of your library and place it on to the battlefield as a 2/2 creature.
Think like Morphs from the last deck. It's almost like a Morph. It just is a little bit more involved, though.
Yeah. And then if it's a creature, you could pay the mana cost to flip it face up. And if it's a Morph, you could play the Morph cast.
It's almost kind of like a Morph, but it doesn't have to be a creature. Because there are some cards that say just choose the top card.
It's like a luck.
Yeah, but it's almost like a landmine thing. It's like the Morph, so it's like a landmine thing. You never know when that Morph could have been like. It's a case of 2/2. You attack to take the chance because you got a 4/4. It could be a fucking 5/5 forever.
Yeah.
The Manifest, you don't know if it's a creature. It could be a fucking land card, which you will never be able to manifest and morph it. But you don't know that unless you got one of these cards. I got a card here. It's an artifact card, which actually will play really good for this new deck. Lens of Clarity.
Now that's
this
what that card's all about.
Yeah, this one I can look down at the top card of my library and face down creatures that I do not control. This card already was great with the Morse. But this one is going to be really, really useful for these manifest decks because you don't know if it's a land card. You don't know. You don't know if it's a land card. If you know it's a land card, it can't do damage to you unless it's, except for the 2/2 counter already on it. But, that just adds another just level of BS to this game sometimes. But, let's see, going on, another new thing is called Dash. Dash. Here's a good one, Mardu Scout. You can see this one. He's a 3/1. Basically what it does, it almost acts like an instant on your turn if you just pay it. Like this one was 2 reds. But if I pay 1 red and 1 any color, basically I could put this card down, it gains haste, and it's a 3/1. I mean, and then it gets put back into your hand after your turn's over. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could just keep doing that shit over and over and over, unless someone can counter those spells. Which they do have pretty good counters. They do have pretty good counters. Normal counters, it just says return card to hand or destroy it. If normal counters, but these dashes, I mean, you could build a pretty decent dash deck, with just not too much mana, to be very honest.
Yeah,
if you're playing all one color on dash, if you're playing all reds on dash, you don't need to have too many reds.
Deck, you're good.
Ooh. You have I think what would be interesting to do is dash deck and then have the red goblins to kind of build a wall too. Just have a bunch of 1/1 red goblins, just red goblin tokens. Play with the dash so you don't have to sacrifice your goblins or use the goblins just to add that 1 extra damage to it, and just build up a wall and just play nothing but dashes and just use your goblin tokens as a freaking barrier. That's a deck that'd be a pain in the ass. That's when you need those cards that just says destroy all key creatures on the board. Yours Seriously. And the other guy says boom.
Done.
Another thing that I noticed with these cards, I do have a few. Oh, here's another dash card. Just want to bring it out. It's a black. It's a 3/3. Same thing. 2 in a swamp for this guy. Same thing. Just wanted to showcase another dash. One thing that I did notice, I picked the Mardu deck. I picked the Mardu deck. Which one did you pick?
I went Timur. Yeah.
It was cool. We got little fucking buttons, and we actually got like 20-sided dice. And
pretty awesome.
It was 5 new booster packs, and then 1 from the previous the concept. What was
Tarkir.
It? Tarkir. So it was pretty good. I think the Tarkir ones was pretty good to balance. They put into balance with it because a lot. Well, these cards are still work together.
Blocks are meant to work together.
Yeah,
so that's what these sets are all about. Anyways,
when does this deck actually come out?
It came out on Tuesday.
Oh, it came out already on Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's fully on. Okay, cool. I can't wait to get more. Oh yeah, this is Rum Soaked Videos. We gotta be drinking. Show them what you got.
Of course.
This episode brought to you by Foster's and Blue Moon. Taste the flavor of some bomb ass beer. I mean, look at this beast of a beer. Fucking Australia's got shit right. Not bad for like a lighter beer, but I also picked out these 3 cards because I'm noticing this on the new deck too. Some of these creature cards have 2 options you can choose when you put it in the battlefield. This one, Defiant Ogre, I will showcase right here. It's a 3/5. When he enters the battlefield, I can choose between a 1/1 counter on Defiant Ogre on this card, or I can choose to destroy an artifact. Another one here, Hooded Assassin. Right here, 1/2. Same thing, I can put a 1/1 counter on it, or I can destroy a target creature that has dealt damage that turn. And then I also got Sandstep Outcast, which, actually this one looks pretty tight, 2/1. Same thing, 1/1 counter on it, or I can put a 1/1 spare creature token with flying. So some of these cards are having two options to them.
The options are really good.
Mm-hmm. And this is really
depending on what's happening in the battle.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, I chose these. I kept these 3 cards in my deck because I'm playing a deck that has a lot of outcasts and a lot of 1/1 counters. And I'm having those cards that if creatures do have 1/1 counters, they have abilities like Death Touch or Flying. And that can be a bitch when you have
nothing. Course.
If you have like 6 of those.
Stand it once it's built.
Ooh, you have like 3 creatures that have Flying and Death Touch. And, if you don't have anything that gives you a reach or a creature with reach, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's when you just have to rely on sorceries, enchantments, instances, and some people just don't have those. But it's got to all fall in right places for that. But Any other cards that you wanted to showcase? I know.
I'll explain this card. I didn't explain it. This.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wild Call. So Wild Call, it gives you a manifest, but you could pay X amount on top of the 2 forests for the mana cost, and then it gives you that many +1/+1 counters onto that manifest. So you could have 8 mana there, put a 6/6. +6/+6 on there makes it an 8/8 creature right there off the bat. Intensely amazing. For late game, bam, play that. They can't do anything about it.
That's a disgusting ass card, to be very honest. That's just. Think about Germ. His decks are just there to make you salty against the game and salty against them. You just want to fucking.
I like to play that way.
Fucking.
I like to play salty. What can you do about it?
Fucking, like, we were playing, when I first learned his game just a few months ago, we were playing with his cards, and the fucking decks that he builds, man, out of his fucking cards, they suck. And you know what sucks? I have nothing to counter against his fucking, artifacts and shit that he used, because he doesn't have any cards for that. That fucking sucked.
It's basically an unblockable deck with control.
Shit, it's
pretty.
It's a salty ass deck.
Yeah, pretty salty.
I just want to showcase.
We call that deck Old Salty.
Old Salty, or the Salt and Vinegar Pringles deck. Yeah. Sponsored by Pringles.
Yeah, it's Old Salty, sponsored by Salt and Vinegar Pringles.
Fuck yeah! I just want to showcase one of the flying creatures that I got. Avon Skirmisher. Yeah, it's a 1/1. It's a white, only 1 mana to cost. It's a 1/1, nothing special about it, just flying. But this is what is good when you have the +1/+1 counters on it, and you have a card that gives it Death Touch on it. It's not only is flying, it gets the Death Touch onto also. This card, Retribution of the Ancients. This one's a rare. I'll show it to you. It costs 1 mana to put out. It's an enchantment. And the enchantment itself only costs 1 mana. 1 black. And then this is what it is. Remove X +1/+1 counters from among target creatures that you control. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. This is when my deck that plays those counters, I use that. Yeah. I just fucking own with that deck. And then I got another one, Honor's Reward. This one is a white. It's an instant. I gain 4 life, and I can bolster 2. Basically, what that means, I can choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures that I control and put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. See? Right here. I put those +1/+1 counters on it. Then I can play Retribution. Retribution. Yeah. Retribution of the Ancients. Use that to kill fucking enemy that way. So these, it's going to be interesting to see how people come up with their decks.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. Yeah. I got to play around with the other clans.
Such as Delve. Like the Delve
decks. Delve, I want to...
Very interesting.
Delve is interesting. I don't know if I could ever play Delve. I'm a little bit picky with that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to get past putting things into your graveyard and then exiling them. But I've actually seen some cards where it would make more sense to play now, like play target creature from exiled as long as it's exiled.
Yeah.
So you could put it out there, put it in the graveyard, exile it, play it again. Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Delve, you just gotta be really smart with it. I mean, you should always be smart with your decks, but I think with Delve, as long as you just have the right cards,
it takes a lot of strategy to play with the Delve deck.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that's when those cards that come out to say, look at the top 5 cards of your deck come in handy, so you can just know what ones you want to throw out. And this one is good just to have doubles or triples or even quadruples of certain cards. So, hey, you can throw it away at least, and then you can come back and there's another one, so no problem. Okay, so that was our little thing on the new Magic deck. Yeah. Again, the name?
The Germ, a.k.a. Jamethia.
Jamethia. And I am Gamma Shrooms. I will be having don't worry about Series Sam 3. I'm getting on it this weekend. I'm making another video, part 4. I hope you enjoyed my last video because I got my ass kicked on that one. I'm going to keep trying to keep drinking for you guys.
Not for us. For you.
I'm destroying my body just for you people. But, hey.
This right here.
Right there. The liver right here.
Right here. Not the Darth Vader. The liver.
The liver. But, I've been having fun with Serious Sam. I'm going to be continuing with that. I think it's going to be about 11 parts to that. I know the last one was a little bit long. Well, I did get my ass kicked, and it was kind of a long level. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Fucking for all you subscribers that I don't personally know, and if it's supporting me, hey, thanks. Send the shit around to your friends, man. I could always use more subscribers. It all circles back. But I enjoy making these videos for you guys.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And I love. If you ever seen my Slender to 9 pages, I fucking love making that.
Check that out. It's pretty hilarious.
I love making that one because I dicked with it so hard. All right, so let's do a last cheers for everyone. Thank you for viewing Rumstuck videos. Cheers to you guys.